How is your cycling affected as the seasons change? Let's take a look at some data and find out. What we're going to do is take a look at some of the observations that I've logged over the past month while riding. Then we're going to take a look at the riding metrics in Strava and compare those with weather data to see if we can find correlations and trends. Then we're going to decide what to do with that data and look for ways to improve over the next month. As the seasons change, there are less cyclists, and drivers become a lot more impatient. The temperature curve throughout the day is rather dramatic, where it's a lot warmer during the lunchtime hours and very cold, prohibitive for riding in the morning. As you can see, the shadows on my face are very dramatic because the sun is so low on the horizon. That makes visibility worse. When I go fast, I get colder, so it forces me to ride slower. You see all these leaves on the road. They can get really thick at times. You'll also notice the angle of the sun is lower and it casts shadows on the road. All that adds up to bad visibility, but the thing that you can't see the most is potholes. If you're riding in the evening, people are coming and going from work. The roads are busier, there's more traffic, people are tired. So that all adds up to danger. We're going to be getting our data from two sources. We're getting weather data from the Weather Underground, and we're getting cycling metrics from Strava. We're looking at weather averages for the months of September and October. You can see that the temperature decreased from about 65 degrees in September to about 56 degrees in October, while the wind speeds remained relatively consistent. Noting below, you can also see that there was more precipitation in September than in October. Now we're looking at the cycling metrics in Strava. Focusing your attention on this bar graph at the bottom, you can see that this depicts the amount of time spent on the bike during the month, the amount of distance ridden, and the amount of elevation that was gained during the month. From a time perspective, you can see that the time on the bike dropped between September and October. You'll see a similar pattern when it comes to distance. It also dropped between September and October. The interesting thing is that from an elevation gain perspective, things remained relatively consistent. Putting all that data together, I have three conclusions. From a fitness perspective, climbing is definitely the key. If I can just keep the amount of elevation gain consistent, I'll be in good shape. From an enjoyment perspective, I'm riding slower, I may as well look around. And from a safety perspective, I just need to think about that at all times.